Right, so we centered on a design. Basically, it's a case of just giving it a hat on this. So we're going to put a disc on the top, which has the two magnets. There's the magnet holes, and you see how they line up with these posts. So the disc will go on top, and it basically I've extended it and drum upwards, so it should be solid. Yeah. And then we're going to put two of the same magnets, opposite sides. Yeah. And then we can put the sensors on the top of these posts, and that's probably just the easiest way to do it. Yeah, we've got the clearance, plenty of clearance. These magnets are pretty strong, so they're going to trigger. You know what I mean? I might even be able to bring them out. Anyway, we'll see. The only issue I've got is that I put the windings over that bit. So I don't know. Plus some of these are a little bit on the loose side, so maybe I'll jam something in there. But so we're on with the print. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going to get that one ready. And I've given it a substantial amount on this side here. It's covering just exactly where I'm pointing. Right, down there in the hole. Because if this spins pretty quickly, I don't want these buggers to snap. And the magnets are pretty tight inside there. It's the same hole there. And they're relatively tight inside there. Now they don't, even if they're a little bit on the slack side, well, not obviously so they fall out. But the first thing it will do, of course, is it provides momentum. You can just use your finger to turn it. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about the wobble, but also because there's magnets in there, which actually have, they're made of metal, and so that should give it a little bit of momentum, a bit of inertia, as if it were to resist against. So it won't be sort of like doing this dance that it does. It might actually end up spinning quite well. But the point, obviously, of putting the sensors on it is so that it does then detect the position and magnetise it accordingly. Yeah. It's a 3-hour print, so that's going to be ready... I don't know, actually. Started it at... Oh, it says how long it's got, doesn't it? I think. Let me see. Is that 4 hours 15? Surely not. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Can't be 4 hours 15. Anyway, alright, I don't know. Because it did say that it was a 3-hour print. So I'm a bit screwed if it's 4... Well, if it's 4 hours, I'm going to be here a long time. It's 3:15 now. That's like 7. 7:15. Well, 7:30. So it's going to be a late night. I mean, I've done today. It's not done too much. So we'll get that on and see if we can get some tests done. But obviously, I've got all the coils off. Just, these... Because these come... Where's the one that came off easy? That one, I think. There you go. You see. That bit works fine. These locate correctly. They don't wobble around. Do you know what I mean? I can... Even though this is the loosest one, it keeps its position reasonably well, right? And I might just thread a piece of something in there, or maybe even just like warm that up and squeeze it a bit or something like that, so that it clamps on a bit better, because it just comes off on its own. These ones are all right. Look, see, I can pull these, all of these, I think, pretty much. Yeah, it's just that one. It just comes away on its own. So I just need to, perhaps I'll just try and tighten it up a little bit. Yeah, just maybe a bit of heat and then just clamp it a little bit tighter so it clamps against the pin better. But that's really good. I mean, you can see, alright, if I do it that way, because it's this. Oh no, it's not, is it? I've altered the shape, but you can see how it fits together. There, see. So it locates really well. You see. And it doesn't, you know what I mean? Oh dear, that one came off. Yeah. And of course the reason why I've done it like that is because then that means you can make this coil up, you see, and I can even fasten it onto it and everything and make it really good and tight, and then assemble it. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I'm really pleased with the bearing that's on. I mean, look at it. Watch this, right? So I can do this even, and you can see how... Oh, no, it doesn't work. Yeah, it has the inertia, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Look, I'm turning it now, and it's staying roughly in the same position even though I'm turning it. Yeah, yeah, so it's pretty good. I had to smooth it down. It was the hole mainly that I had to smooth down. Yeah, and yeah. So, I mean, I wasn't too bothered about whether it remained perfectly vertical and tight, you know, because it, you know, it's not touching. If you see it, oh shit! All right, I'll take that one out. That's actually worth it, because you can see now. Let me do that, and then that, and you'll see as I move it. Put this all down so it's straight. There you go. So if I hold this, so you can see how much play it actually has, but it doesn't touch. You see, that's the thing. That's. Let me see if I can get that in any tighter. Yeah. So you can see how basically if I hold that down, yeah, the base is wobbling a little bit because I'm putting some pressure on it as I'm doing it. But if I spin that now, there's a little bit wobble, but it's not too bad. Yeah, so it's okay. Yeah. So we're okay actually. Not too bad. That one's come out a bit. So there you go. That's better. Yeah. But this is going to have a top on it. Right, and I've extended it vertically so that it's kind of about up there somewhere. Right. And then this is going to have a flat top over it. And that's how it's going to be. Yeah. Which is cool. And because I've done it, that one, I actually printed it that way up like that. You see? And it had all this structure underneath it. That's why that top's all rough. Because I had to remove all the structure from it. Right? But now, because it's actually got this, and I print it upside down, as you can see, because of the way it's being printed. And now it's actually an easy one to print. Should have done that in the first place, shouldn't I? Hey-de-ho. Yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do now is maybe tidy these coils up. I think I could do with tightening them, right? You know, clamping them together with a bit of wire so they actually hold together instead of splaying out like that. Yeah, so that they actually work better. Yeah, and yeah, so that it stays like that sort of thing. I don't know. And these actually need soldering. That's soldered, of course, but I think what I can do is maybe trim these back so that those two connections line up, and I can make a better job of these. Because I know specifically one of them, it's like way out. Yeah, this one I think is way out, so I need to trim that right back, and then that'll make the connections better. Because the problem is that the sensor's going to go on there, so the coil's going to go across this bit here, right? But I put the wire around the back here to just hold it on so it didn't slide around, and then I'm going to have a sensor there, so that's going to be interesting. Yeah, the sensor is going to be so that its magnetic field is in this direction and that field is in that direction, so they actually won't affect each other, or rather the magnet, the electromagnet won't affect the operation, I presume, won't affect the operation of the Hall effect, which I've got a bunch of them over there. Yeah, and they're right small. I could just stick it on top with a bit of blue tack or something. But what I really need to do is fashion these so they have a little insert, so I can put it inside it and then have the wires coming out that way. Maybe, I don't know, something along that lines. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see.